Welcome to the Snake Pit.
Alright, here we go again. So, the FCC just released a FCC enforcement advisory, a warning to all amateur and personal radio service licensees and operators. Alright, so they've said you may not use radio equipment to commit or facilitate criminal acts. This public notice is dated January 17th, 2021. Why is that important? Well, first off, federal employees normally don't work on the weekends. They don't work on holidays, and this is a holiday weekend. So that's a little unusual. I don't know if there's some type of method they have to release something automatically. That's possible. That's very possible. This is typed up in advance, typed up on a Friday, set to release, maybe. Now, let's look at the memo, but I think the reason behind this, I'm getting a vibe off of it that's probably different than even what you're thinking out there. I know we have the inauguration coming up, so I think this is being used for another reason. Stick with me if you want to hear my theory on it, and then post down in the comments below what you think about it. Alright, so let's look at this memo here. I'm going to try to get this popped up on the screen here for you. Alright, let me get the public notice up on screen. There you go. I'll also post a link to this public notice from the FCC website down in the description box, or as long as it's up at least. Here we go, like I said, dated January 17, 2021, FCC Enforcement Advisory. Warning, amateur and personal radio services licensees and operators may not use radio equipment to commit or facilitate criminal acts. Thank you for reminding us of this and warning us that we can't do this. It should go without saying, if you're following rule of law, we're in rule of law still. I know some people think we're getting a little chaotic here. We got the whole troop build up in DC right now for the inauguration. There's some threats out there. They send this out and tell us, hey, don't break the law. Gotcha. Alright, this applies to amateur radio and also just personal radio services. So like your ham operators, also your GMRS operators, your FRS, that's your walkie-talkies you don't need a license for, you just buy them in the blister pack at Walmart. Citizens Band, the CBs, the truckers you like to use, this is all geared towards them, and that's what it says down here in the later paragraph there. So they're covering all their bases here. What I want to point out here is they do recognize that we can use, thank you for letting us use this to exercise our First Amendment rights. So the Bureau recognizes that these services can be used for a wide range of permitted purposes, that's permitted, including speech that is protected under the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. So yeah, we can talk politics, we can talk whatever we want as long as it's not going to endanger someone else, threaten someone else, that type of thing, set up a criminal act, which they say here, amateur and personal radio services, however, may not be used to commit or facilitate crimes. Gotcha. They put that in bold just so you could see it better. Okay. So maybe there's people out there maybe they've gotten wind of some communication back and forth that they're monitoring. They also mentioned social media in here. So they're monitoring social media. They're monitoring your cell phones. If you don't believe that, thank you President Bush for the whole Homeland Security stuff. They built that huge complex in Utah monitoring cell phone, home phone. They got AIs scouring your communications without warrant. That's a whole other issue, but that happened after the 9/11 stuff. So that's already going on. If you're using radio communications, you better believe that's anyone can hear this. You can buy equipment and listen to this stuff. So you better believe it's being monitored. And that kind of leads me to my theory. So this is kind of a scare, a little bit of a reminder, maybe a little bit of a scare tactic, but I think it's a building block to a bigger plan. This is my theory. Post up your theory below if you believe what I'm saying might come true or not, or you have your own theory. My theory is this public notice is kind of like that stepping stone, kind of setting up a method to where they can enforce some type of purchasing requirement. So right now you can go on Amazon, you can purchase amateur radio equipment, amateur transceivers, the ham radio stuff, GMRS, regular FRS, any of the type of radios. You can purchase those on Amazon, other websites, have it shipped right to your house, no license. Yeah, it's legal for you to listen like to all the amateur radio frequencies, all the GMRS, but if you don't have a license, you're not supposed to transmit. But what's going to stop you? So they're kind of going to, I think this is setting up to go to the source. So they put this out there, someone violates this, they said, well, we warned you. Now we have to take additional measures, which would be requiring proof of registration with the FCC, and I'm talking United States here, FCC, in order just to purchase a GMRS radio, or even to purchase a amateur radio transceiver. Heck, who knows? They may be thinking about ratcheting up control of the family radio, the FRS stuff. So that's what I think's happening. They're going to go for the source. They can't control the person that buys it unless they can control the source that sells it. Does that make sense? That's my theory on it. This is a stepping stone to that. A little more government oversight and control on requirements to even be allowed to purchase equipment. Kind of scary. Kind of scary if you think about that. Post up your comments down below. I'll cut this right here. I just want to throw this up there because, man, this got me thinking. Stay frosty out there. Stay safe. And, yeah, we'll see you out there.